I'm Connor Northrup, and I'm joined by light heavyweight prospect Tafon Nchukwi, who takes on Matavao on Dana White's Contender Series on September 8th. What's up, Tafon? How you doing?
Hey, doing good, doing good. How about yourself, man?
Good, not too bad. I mean, we are just talking about pandemic stuff, but other than that, I'm not doing bad.
Yeah, yeah. Same here, same here.
Yeah. And what's it like, just so, I introduced you to Dana White's Contender Series. I mean, just what's it like to just kind of hear that?
Oh yeah, it's pretty exciting, man. Every time I hear it, I mean, the excitement is still there. It's a really big opportunity right now, so it's like I'm definitely loving it. I'm
Yeah.
glad to have this opportunity right here, so I'm gonna make the best of it.
Yeah. Has it settled in yet?
Oh yeah, it's been settled in because I knew about the basically I got the call from Master Lloyd like around March telling me
Okay.
about it. So I already kind of knew about it. Actually, the fight was supposed to be in July, but then everything happened. So it got moved to September. So it kind of take a little bit longer to get there, but it's still on. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, more time to prepare. I mean, there's got to be some kind of positive, I guess, to it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, more time to get ready for it, like you said.
Yeah. And you said your coach kind of called you. What was that call like?
Oh man, it was it was crazy because I was actually working doing Uber when Master Lloyd called me and told me I actually had a passenger in the car. And when he called me, told me the news, I wasn't expecting it. I thought he was just calling me to tell me, like, probably to tell me to come to the gym at a certain time the next day or something. But then he dropped that. He said, "Hey, yo, big fella, we got the call, Contender." I was going crazy in my head. I couldn't really react the way I wanted to in the car because I had a rider in the back. But as soon as I dropped them off, I got on the phone, called my mom, told her. I was super excited. I went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have said something. I mean, if I was the passenger, I mean, for a passenger, I think that'd be so cool. Like, just to like kind of hear that. Like,
I mean, yeah, but like, I mean, I didn't know if they know what the Contender is or
that's
anything about
true.
it. So I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like I would have told them and then probably be bummed out because they're not excited as me. So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Then you
I
have to
just
explain it
kept,
and everything.
I try to restrain myself as best as I could in that car because I was like, oh man, I want to be done with this trip right now. Let me get. But yeah, it was a really cool moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Mhm.
still drive for Uber?
Not right now with everything going on. I kind of slowed down on that. Now I'm just really doing like on the weekends. I do Amazon Flex, which is kind of
Okay.
like a little bit better. I mean, money's
Yeah.
still good, so
Yeah, because I was
can't.
wondering, like, for Uber drivers too, like, what's it like during this time? I mean, it's got to be kind of tough.
Yeah, I mean, I asked a few like people who I knew who drive Uber. I mean, they told me it's like it's really slow out there. So like I didn't really have any kind of motivation to even go out there because going out there not making that much money and then risking myself into catching the virus or something like that. So I just
Yeah.
decided to cool it down and just I mean uh basically focus on other things.
Like the Contender
Yeah,
Series.
yeah, getting ready for the Contender Series. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was at that point. I was like, I was laser sharp ready.
Yeah.
I
And I
wasn't
know
really.
this is for this fight too. It's light heavyweight too. What kind, like, was that something that you kind of always had planned that eventually you would go down to that weight?
Yeah, my coaches are always planning for me to have to get down to that weight because I mean, even when starting off, I mean, 285 is really where they probably want me to go. But for right now, it's like I'm still like, yeah, we're gonna see about that. But 205 definitely, I can make that for sure because I've made it down to that weight before. It wasn't too bad. The weight cut wasn't crazy when I fought for Lion Fight, and they've always told me, and like that's probably the weight class we're gonna be looking to get into. And like as my amateur career, I mean, we had to basically look for fights in heavyweights as well because I couldn't really find that many opponents. So we had to keep the options open, light heavyweight and heavyweight, and most of them were heavyweight. So we just yeah stuck with that route. But now 205 looking like where we gonna be.
Yeah. Whether it was on the Contender Series or not, I mean, was that always the case though to go at 205 this next fight? Because I know your last fight was at, I think it was like 225.
Yeah, 225. Yeah, 205 was always where we were gonna go. Like yeah, it's just that this one this I mean kind of said it. So
Yeah.
yeah, 205 was always the plan.
Yeah. And any concerns about making that weight or no?
Oh no, I'm not concerned at all. Especially it's like it's kind of far out now. I mean, I have a lot of time. It's basically almost over like 2 months. So I should be good. I've already started like the cut now because I don't like cutting a lot of water weight. So with this much time, I'll start to lose as much weight as I can, and then probably once I get down to like 210, then that'll be all water. I'm not worried about the weight cut for this one. Yeah. Especially since I've already done it before and I know how it's gonna go. Yeah, and I did it in a shorter time too as well.
You've cut to 205?
Well, it was basically 207 because my Lion Fight debut was 20. I made weight 206.
Okay.
For that one, yeah. So and the weight was not bad at all. I mean, the weight cut was not bad at all. It was a pretty nice weight cut. I didn't even have to get in the sauna or anything. It's a nice smooth sailing down to it.
Yeah. And your last victory too, over William Knight. I mean, he's obviously a guy that has had a pretty decent career at 205, and he was kind of the guy to beat, I guess, like in your fight too, because he had the deal with the UFC, the development deal. But was that like a good fight for you to kind of gauge fighting? Like obviously he was a little bigger at 225, but like was that a good fight to kind of gauge like how you could compete with guys at 205 at this level?
A good fight to gauge. Not against him. I mean, I fought like tougher opponents, which I felt like and I mean I'm in a room full of like professional fighters who are like all monsters, and like sparring with them all the time. I mean that's like way tougher than that fight that I had with him, and so I don't think it was a good gauge, but that's really all I gotta say. I don't think that was a good gauge for like the competition in that way, because I know it's a lot tougher opponents in that division, which I feel like I'll still dominate, but that wasn't a good like test for that weight class.
Yeah. Well, now that we're on opponents anyway, Al Matavao's obviously the next guy for you. What do you know about him?
I've watched a few of his fights, and I see he's he's a guy who likes to move a lot. So I'm definitely gonna have to take my time with him. And I mean he's 8-0, so I definitely can't slack on him at all. So I'm gonna get in there, take my time, get this timing down, and then go to work. That's really all about it. I know about him. I haven't really looked too much into him like that, but I just watched a few of his fights. I saw how he fought, but so he's not 8-0 for no reason.
Yeah. And for you too, I mean, you made your pro debut. I mean, a little over a year ago. To have just 3 fights like that quick, and to have a high profile fight like William Knight too already on your resume, and then to be on the Contender Series. I mean, what's this year been like for you? I guess too, and with the pandemic included, I guess.
Oh, I mean, well, it's been great. I mean, like getting that opportunity with William Knight, that was like a blessing right there. Because without that opportunity, I feel like the route would have probably been a little bit longer. But because of him and all the hype he had behind him and all the eyes that were watching, so I got a chance to show that I definitely belong in there. I mean, because I felt like I could have. I would have gotten to this point eventually, but without that William Knight fight, I definitely don't think I would have been here. It would have probably taken a lot of time, a lot longer for the eyes to turn my way. But it's only because it's been hard for me to find fights. So it's like it was hard for me to get out there like that. But that was a perfect fight for me. Everything just happened perfectly. So I'm so blessed about that. I'm so happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're coming through, finding out that I had the Contender fight, and then the Corona drop on me. Oh man, that kind of hurt a little bit, because July was supposed to be when we were supposed to get in there and get the work done. Then it got postponed. But now we know everything is back on, so I'm happy.
Yeah. I remember when you were fighting Alex Myers too, they had said on the broadcast that you kind of always had trouble finding opponents too. I mean, is that something that's really been at throughout your whole career?
Yeah, that's always been a thing. It's like there's been times that's like it took probably like 2 to 3 months just to try to find me an opponent. Like cards would come up, we'll try to get on the card, we'll hit up the promoters, they'll try to find me opponents, but every time they'll get rejections, and then there'll be sometimes like before I turned pro actually, I actually went and did a lion fight pro fight because I couldn't find any MMA fights. So once because I was looking for anything at that point because I was like, oh my gosh. And then after that, I took the lion fight, got that victory, and then Master Lloyd hit me up, told me that we had a guy who finally accepted to take the fight. That was Alex Myers. That's why I really appreciated that. I was really happy. Yeah.
Yeah. And just
So
going back to that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I say yeah. That's been like a little a thing that's been going on through my whole amateur career. Because I think because I've had a lot of Muay Thai fights. So I mean, like the people who know about that, probably the coaches, they probably like kept up with me as I've been coming up. So it's like they know that once I get in there, I'm ready to fight.
Yeah. And I mean, and when Myers like signed that fight too, you must have been happy because I mean that's a guy that you kind of knew, I guess, was gonna try to take you to the ground too.
Oh yeah. We were ready for that because trained for this fight. I mean, we have a great team. They had me prepared for everything. So
Yeah.
once I got in there, I wasn't really worried about anything. So, and I knew he was going to try to take me down. So once I got in there, got adjusted to his strength, all of that, then I got comfortable, and then put him out.
Yeah. And just going back to that William Knight fight real quick too. I mean, that was at a military base too. Like, what was that setting like to kind of fight in a place like that?
Oh yeah, it was very cool. It was like I've never fought in anything like that. Getting to see like all the military planes, all the the service people there. It was awesome. And I've never fought in anything like that. So it was a great experience. It was kind of weird too because it was like kind of in the middle of nowhere. And trying to find out where the hangar was I was scared I was gonna miss the fight because it took a whole different like a wrong turn and had to get redirected and it was on the whole other side of the building of the base. Sorry, the base. So it was pretty cool. I got to the what do you call them everybody there was pretty cool. So it was like pretty good energy fighting on there. So I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, if you were really late, they could have just picked you up on a plane and maybe you could like drop from the sky. That would be
yeah, jump through that. Yeah. That would have been awesome. But the walkout for that one was the best because they had us come out of this plane that I come out of the back of it and it had like smoke and everything. That was the coolest walkout ever.
Yeah, I actually saw cool. that. That was really cool.
Yeah. If they had the parachute, it would have been over.
Yeah, that's a whole other skill set too.
Yeah, it is.
And then I saw on your Instagram too, you have another Instagram account where it's kind of like cosplay and like anime and stuff like that. I mean, is that something that you're like really passionate about?
Oh yeah. I'm very big into that, especially like now that I started doing especially with like the COVID thing, started picking up on drawing again because that's what I used to do before everything. High school. That was actually what I was gonna go into when I graduated high school, game art design and all that. So this kind of gave this little quarantine gave me a little time to get back into that. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely big into that. Go to all the like little cosplay cons that come around the area. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's cool. And like, how did that start?
How did what start? The cosplay?
Like, how did you kind of like get a passion for that? Like, what was it that kind of like sparked that?
I mean, just anime really. I mean, like watching a lot of anime, getting into all the characters and all of that, then starting to find out about like there's a whole group of people who actually are just like me who like to go out there, basically dress up as characters and just have fun. So once I found out about that, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Roxanne Modaffari's? Because I know she's a fighter that she always has like the wigs on at weigh-ins.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Yeah, I've messed with her a lot. I like her stuff.
Yeah.
She's on a whole different level too. Still doing it. Yeah, that's probably gonna be me if they let me bring my stuff on there as well. I'm definitely gonna follow on that.
Yeah, because I mean, you walk out like that every fight, right?
Yeah. I want to see if we can try to get them to let me bring out my cape in this next one, but I doubt it. But hey, it's a little fun.
Yeah.
But I love working out with that.
Yeah. Hey, you won't know until you try it, so you might as well ask.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
And any favorite shows, anime shows that you recommend?
I recommend if you're just starting out, I would recommend like Hunter x Hunter. It's a pretty good one. Or like Naruto. That's pretty long though, but that's one of my favorites. Naruto. That's the cape you see me walk out with. That's where that's from. Yeah. So if you
Okay.
yeah, that's where that would come from. Yeah.
The reason I'm asking too is it's actually fun. My little brother, I guess he's 16 now, but he always asks me to try to get into it. And Naruto and those ones are the ones like he talks about. It's not really my thing. I'll be honest, but he's always like pushing.
Mhm.
So wait until
Oh
he
yeah,
hears
yeah.
this.
Oh yeah, man. That's pretty. I mean, it's not I mean, everybody got the things they like and
Yeah.
don't, but yeah, yeah. That's what really uh keeps me like inspired too. Watching that coming up, anime, all that stuff. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I like to do in my spare time as well.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, you'll definitely have a fan in him once I tell him this. I can guarantee that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it.
But yeah, before I let you go too, anything you want to say? I mean, the floor is yours.
um, well, all I'm really gotta say is September 9th, I'm gonna answer a lot of questions because I know a lot of people out there because they see my record 3-0, they're probably questioning why does he get this shot. Well, I'm gonna answer those questions on September 8th.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out.
Just to go off of that too, actually, because I just find that like interesting too. Do you feel like you've kind of been doing that like your whole career too? Because I feel like that kind of question could have been asked too before maybe like that William Knight fight too.
hmm Yeah, I mean, like, I think all of my fights actually, I've always fought people with like higher records than me because nobody with like the same amount of maybe just starting out 0-0 would probably would take a fight. But all my fighters, I mean, all the opponents I faced have always had like a weight, a more impressive record than me. So it's like I feel, yeah, that's. Sorry, I kind of forgot the question again. What was the question again?
Yeah, just like, do you feel like that's kind of like always been a thing with you too? Like taking these fights, like you were saying, like with the contenders, like you want to prove like a lot of people wrong. Like, do you
Yeah,
feel like
yeah,
that
yeah.
was kind of the case too, especially like in that William Knight fight where like he kind of had a lot of hype behind him?
hmm Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, all the opponents who have accepted fight with me, they've come in there to mess me up because they see my record. They're like, yeah, this is about to be an easy walkthrough fight. But then I think maybe they didn't look into me that much. That's why they took the fight. So when they come in there, they're always like trying to like intimidate me. In my head, I'm just like, okay, man, you about to find out. You about to find out. That's why whenever I go to like weigh-ins or anything, I always try to like keep calm. Don't do any type of like kind of energy to like scare them off because I'm always scared to like the point that I walk into the cage that the fight is gonna be on because I've had so many people back away from my fight. So it's like until I get in that cage, I don't believe that fight is about to happen. So yeah, it's always been like that. But they always find out in the end.
So you kind of hold back because like you don't want to scare them before the fight.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, like I always like, if I always try to keep like a shy kind of demeanor. Like I just, like, if you see me in the weigh-ins, I don't even look at my opponents like that. I just stay in my own little corner, chill, listen to my music. Don't even try to pay attention to them just because it's like I'm not trying to scare you away, man. Because I might look at you the wrong way and you just uh, come up with some type of injury and you can't fight the next day. So yeah, I just try to just chill. Pretty
Yeah.
calm energy. Yes, sir.
Hopefully none of your future opponents watch this because I think you just divulged a secret there.
Oh, damn. I just realized I did do that. But it's all good. It's a contender. I don't think he's going to back out of this.
Yeah,
And then
no.
once I get in there, it's like, you can't back out. It's all good.
Yeah.